What's up, people? We are Tottenham TV here. We are outside Stamford Bridge for the opposition preview for the massive game against Chelsea on April Fool's Day. We're here from Louis and Lewis from 100% Chelsea. How are you guys doing? How are you feeling about the game?
I'm not bad.
Yeah?
I mean, the game, on the other hand, really not confident at all. I'll be honest, Spurs have been the better team for the majority of the season. All round, it's just a case of, you know, are we going to come at you? How are we going to play? Are we going to be up for it? Who knows? Because we've been so inconsistent this season. But I don't know. Just basically, if we don't lose, I'll be happy.
Really?
Honestly.
But you can't, don't you need a win, Lewis?
I wouldn't be happy with a draw.
I wouldn't be happy with it, but I just don't want to lose to Tottenham. That 29-year history thing is big for me. Honestly, you lot will treat that like a trophy. Let's be honest.
I respect that, but we're top four. Like we gotta win. We gotta win. Simple as. If we draw, we're out the top four. If we lose, we're definitely out the top four. We gotta win. Simple as.
So obviously Chelsea are in 5th place at the moment. How do you assess the season as it's gone so far?
Inconsistent. It'd be the word that I'd use in society and on YouTube, because I don't want to demonetise your videos. But yeah, all in, I think this season's just been a severe lack of consistency. I think there's been a little turf war going on inside the club as well between Conte and the board, and he likes to publicise that to the media. At first, you understood it; it was fine. Now it's just getting boring. It's a case of now, I just want our club to succeed and top four in the FA Cup, get that Arsene Wenger trophy, which is going to be absolutely horrible, and I can't believe I'm going to be happy with that. But I don't know. It's just not exactly been the best of starts.
Seeing where you are at the moment, is there any kind of ending to the season which you could see yourself having a good season?
Not a good
Spurs in the cup final.
Oh my gosh. Like, I don't see a good end to the season. I just see us salvaging the season. If we get top four in the cup final, we've salvaged it. But I'm not going to say it's a great season. We've been poor. By our standards, we've been poor. We've lost games that we shouldn't have by margins we shouldn't have. Even games that we've won, we've only won because the team that we've been playing happens to be worse than we are. Simple as. It's just been two poor teams. Honestly, we've been really bad by our standards this season, and that's why I'm not confident going into this game.
How do you feel about Conte, and what's the general consensus around here?
It's about 50-50 now, isn't it? I'm still confident. I think put it this way. I'm on the fence. I love Antonio Conte. I love what he's done with the club. But like what I was saying, the whole internal politics. I mean, I deal with that enough on YouTube, and I honestly, I just can't be arsed with the football club basically consistently everyone going at each other's throats. Look, if he leaves at the end of the season, which is looking likely, fine. Thank you for what he's done, but at the same time, you know, if he's given the players, is it going to work?
Has he been hard done by, do you think? Do you think, because he's been complaining about the board a lot?
Yes, I think he has, but for the same token, Roman Abramovich did come into the club, what, 12 years ago now, or 14 years? Yeah. Years ago now, not good at maths. Years ago now, and he did say within 10 years I want the club to be self-sufficient. 10 years was 2013. So obviously now the club is starting to become more self-sufficient in how we handle our business. At the same time, I think the person handling that business has done it wrong, which is then where I go back to the argument of Conte being hard done by. But you know, it's a massive deal as to how everything is handled, and I just feel that Antonio Conte could have handled it better. I think how he's handled the media. To be honest, when I spoke to Serie fans last year, you know, they were saying this isn't an Antonio Conte we've seen before. He was very happy-go-lucky. You know, he seemed very at ease.
He's lost his energy on the touchline now. He doesn't really jump about like he used to, I feel.
Exactly. I think that's a big thing as well. And I think that the Conte that they've seen is the Conte that everyone's seeing this season. Very authoritarian, very, you know, harsh. And I think, you know, he doesn't help himself in that way. But I'm on the fence about the Conte and out saga.
What do you think? Do you think Conte's kind of been badly treated by the board?
I think Conte's been dealt a really bad hand this season in terms of the transfer market. I think he hasn't been given.
Wait, Giroud hasn't solved all your problems?
Oh,
Giroud's a decent striker, to be fair. He's decent. He's better than Fernando Llorente.
But it's the case that with nearly every player we've had, it's been a case that Conte's wanted a better player, and he's been given a lesser version. In case of, I get that we're trying to be self-sustainable, but you know what? If we're doing that for every single player, then we're not going to get anywhere fast. But on the other hand, Conte's in-game management is poor. He takes way too long to make substitutions. He has to come out for some criticism as well. But I still think that every manager has their weaknesses. So you can't say, I get you want perfection and everything, but you got to understand that very few managers can deliver that.
Obviously, Chelsea always turn up in this game. You're home to Spurs. It's like any game. This doesn't matter how badly Chelsea are playing. They always turn up to this game. Would you say Spurs is your #1 rivalry, and why do you think it is? If it is,
well, I hate Spurs.
Yeah, I said number one. Would you say they're number one?
Me, it's 2008. I hate Tottenham because I was 10 years old. It was my first ever trip to Wembley, my first ever cup final, my first ever loss. Yes, well, yeah. I mean, if we want to talk about bottling, I'm sure you guys got your own range of Fiji water, haven't you, or something like that? Jesus Christ! But I mean, it's a case of, you know, honestly, that's why I dislike Spurs. But #1 rivalry, I think it's different. Chelsea's rivalry geographically is Fulham. But let's be honest.
Yeah, but we don't hate you. We don't hate you because you're shit.
Yeah. So it's a case of, I think every Chelsea fan has a different feeling of what their main rivalry is. But you know, Tottenham and Arsenal for us, I think they're our biggest games of the season in terms of derbies. But I know you hate Arsenal.
Yeah, I hate Arsenal more than Spurs. Yeah, but I still don't like you guys. But okay, these guys are the anomaly. Everyone.
Anna. And George.
Everyone else are cunts. But either way, sorry guys, I always end up doing this. But again, I still don't like you guys. We have to beat you guys regardless, because like I said before, if we lose, we're out the top 4 race. I don't see you guys dropping an 8-point gap. Even though you've done it before, I don't see you guys doing it this time.
Who are you most fearful of in the Spurs side?
Well, I would say Harry Kane, but obviously his dribbling's going to be left on the bench, or he's going to be just sat in the stands. Heung-min Son, I thought has been superb this season. Lamella, to be honest, right, a player that's severely underrated and I think could cause massive issues for us is Moussa Dembele. I honestly think he's one of the best central midfielders in the Premier League, and the fact he was 10.5 million you spent off from Fulham to get him, it's an absolute bargain. He's absolutely superb. But I don't know. It's just a case of going to have to see how the game.
Eriksen has great form against Chelsea.
Eriksen is another player who's absolutely.
Eriksen. Yeah.
I mean, we did forget to mention Eriksen and on one as well. I mean, he, again, another unsung hero.
In his last 5 games, he's got 6 assists and 1 goal against Chelsea. I'm saying his last 5 games against Chelsea.
Lou, mate, should we go home? I'm going to go this way.
I'm saving that for if Bakayoko starts.
If Bakayoko starts, I'm not even going to be going home. You'll find me hanging somewhere around here. I can't.
Shocking, hasn't he?
He's awful. He's awful.
I remember at the beginning of the season, he made his debut against Spurs, and he kind of looked a bit
decent against you lot at the beginning of the season. But then he had David Luiz and Kante alongside him. Now he just looks like you know those horses that, or like, it's kind of, they just ran everywhere like wild horses. I don't know why I used horses. Oh, it's been a long day. But yeah, he's student, mate. I think honestly, yeah, Bakayoko is he's oblivious to what goes on around him.
Who are Chelsea's most informed players at the moment, would you say?
Yeah, it's literally Willian, Kante, maybe Alonso. Other than that, no one else.
Gives me shivers.
As for Equator, I thought Barcelona was a bit shaky, but he does have that consistency in him.
We have consistent ball, but that's about it, really.
I absolutely hate Willian and Alonso, but they are very good players.
I'm guessing you hate Willian because he chose us over you.
All right. So Llorente chose Spurs over Chelsea. So we got
yeah. How's that? Quick question, lads. How's that panned out for you?
He got a goal against Swansea. He got 1 goal.
Okay.
That was all right.
I'll just leave that there, shall I? Just there. But yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Careful.
Llorente's in the top 4.
Okay. But bear in mind, you know how Asim was saying you get a bit cocky?
Yeah.
Do you remember the last game when you came, so we're going to absolutely batter you? And
yeah, I never said that.
Yeah,
to you.
I can go back in the preview and say, I'm off camera. Yeah, we're going to win this game. Yeah, we'll be fine. And what happened?
It's not true.
What happened in the FA Cup semi-final?
Never
What happened in the FA Cup
I
semi-final?
never was at that game. I didn't even talk to you.
I know, exactly. I don't care. Keep going backwards.
Well, a quick question I thought I was going to ask about Wembley. Obviously, Spurs have been at Wembley this season. You know, you've seen our troubles, or now we have an unfair advantage. Obviously, Chelsea have to come there in a few years' time. Seeing Spurs there, what are your thoughts about that? Like seeing Spurs play Wembley?
To be honest, it doesn't really bother me. I think for you guys, it was bigger because you haven't done well there, and obviously people like to hype that up.
Except for this season.
Except for this is the thing. When people were saying to me at the beginning of the season, is that you're basically playing 20 plus games there. So you can't really say, you know, you analyse it at the end of the season. If Spurs were mid-table and had an awful season, then yeah, I guess you could say that was an example of something where it caused issues. But to be honest, the way you play football, the high press, Wembley suits you. For us, we like to obviously just sit back, take up the pressure and then counter. But overall, it's just a case of, you know, how is it going to work? Is it Is it the stadium for us? But obviously there's talks of Twickenham, stadium shares with West Ham, Arsenal. I mean, I don't know yet for us. But for me, at the end of the day, I just want to see my club play football.
You don't really care where it is?
I don't really care where it is. As long as it's easy to get to in London, which it is because there's a tube network, you know, I don't mind.
You have any reservations about maybe being at Wembley for 3 years, just having seen Spurs play there for the year?
I'll take it over the London Stadium.
Yeah, that's definitely for sure.
Literally just that. I get, like, with me, I'm past it because I know eventually it's going to have to happen. We're just going to have to find a way around it. Who knows, depending on the manager that we have, it could actually suit us. Yeah. As of right now, don't really know, to be honest, but if we... It all depends. We got to look at the situation when it comes.
I don't know. I thought you lot would be happy playing at Wembley. You've had quite a good record in the past 10 years or so.
It's a case of people ask me this question. I'm generally not bothered. I mean, I get why people are asking the question because obviously, again, you know, people bring up Arsenal had a problem when they were playing there in the 90s and stuff. You know, it's a big stadium, but
I think our form's been great there, to be honest.
Like I said, you played well.
12 games, you won 10 of them.
Yeah,
two.
exactly.
We've been in great form.
Exactly, but this is the thing. Obviously, beginning of the season, you had your issues. You didn't win there until September. Was it September? Yeah. So obviously, you know, first month, as in, you had Spurs had Harry Kane syndrome because obviously he doesn't score in August. But you know, it's a case of just honestly, as long as we're playing football, as long as we're doing all right, I'm not too arsed.
All right, predictions?
Don't
do predictions. No.
We're gonna lose. Simple as. I'm not confident. I've said it from the start. I'm probably gonna walk in feeling the same. I'm not confident. Sadly, I have to sit next to you guys as well. So if you guys end up winning, it's gonna be an awful 90 minutes on top
I'll wave
of that.
to you.
Oh, look at you making friends. I'll be on the other side of the stadium in my seat. Look. Oh dear. Lord.
Brilliant. All right, cheers for coming on, lads. Check out our combined 11, which will be on this channel. It will be on. So check that out. Cheers for Louis. Check out 100% Chelsea. Link in the description below. Subscribe to them if you kind of into Chelsea fan channels. Maybe you're into that. You never know. But all right. Cheers for coming on.
Up the Chelsea.
I'm fucking chill. Fuck yeah. Right, Stu, combined 11.